Hey everybody, welcome to Perry TV. We're going a little off beat. Now, this is about the Swiss watch company and the company called Pagani that makes watches almost as good. And instead of charging $15,000, obviously for stainless steel, they charge between $80 and $100. So let's listen in and see what's going on.
Comes up in every conversation about this brand. 2 weeks later, it arrived. I am not going to pretend the unboxing experience rivals opening a Tudor or a Seiko. The packaging is functional. The presentation is not the point. But when I picked up the watch itself, the first thing I noticed, the thing everyone notices, is the weight. This watch is heavy in a way that most watches at this price are not. We associate weight with quality. That is a slightly irrational association, but it is real, and Pagani design has clearly engineered toward it. The ceramic bezel insert is genuine ceramic. The crystal is synthetic sapphire. The case is 316L stainless steel. The movement inside is the Seiko NH35, a caliber that appears in watches from respected micro brands.
He's not wrong.
The resemblance to the Submariner is, and I want to choose this word carefully, remarkable. Not identical, not a perfect copy.
It's not meant to be a perfect copy. Remember, this is not a clone. This is their own design, Pagani design. They don't hide anything.
You understand immediately why this watch provokes such strong reactions from people who encounter it for the first time. Where the price shows is in the finishing. The brushing on the case does not achieve the contrast sharpness of a Tudor Black Bay at similar proportional cost. The bracelet articulation is stiffer than it should be, and the clasp, while functional, feels like the one component where cost was most aggressively managed. But I wore it for a week, and it kept time accurately, and nobody who saw it asked if it was real. They asked what it was. The question I get every time I talk about brands like Pagani Design is some version of, how is this not illegal? It is a fair question, and the answer is genuinely interesting. In Switzerland and in the United States, watch designs can be protected through trademark registration, design patents, and trade dress protection. The specific silhouette of a Submariner case, the arrangement of elements on its dial, the integrated bracelet architecture of a royal oak. These protections are real, and they have been enforced in European and American courts against outright counterfeiters bearing those companies' trademarks. The problem is that these protections apply where the legal system enforces them. In China, design protection law exists on paper. The enforcement of foreign intellectual property rights against domestic manufacturers in Chinese courts has historically been inconsistent, expensive, and unrewarding for the foreign rights holder. The TRIPS agreement technically requires China to respect intellectual property held by foreign companies. The gap between what TRIPS requires and what enforcement practice delivers is large enough to build a factory in. What Pagani Design has maintained consistently across every product in their catalog is the single distinction that matters most legally. They do not copy the brand name.
That's the thing. They do not copy a brand name. So if you don't mind wearing Pagani on your wrist, you get a reasonable watch that looks nice. I mean, it's not a precious metal watch, never gonna be, but I think there you have it. So hats off to Pagani. It's not my cup of tea, but because people always want luxury. I mean, it's just how it is. People want a Rolls Royce. They don't want a Rolls Canardly. You know, rolls up the hill, can hardly get down the next, but that's a joke. Anyway, so let me know in the comments what you think. Is the Pagani any good? Or it's a Rolex or nothing? Thanks for watching. Please support the channel.